Okay, Ken, so tell us about another example that you had of a job where you were dealing with some bat guano. What happened there?
Yeah, so we do a lot of work in southern Arizona, and one of the places that we work is for the military at Fort Huachuca here in southern Arizona. And there was a general's house that had an issue with bat guano, and the problem is that bats got into the attic space, and the generals live in pretty big houses.
Okay.
And so the bats had gotten into the attic space and did their thing up there, and eventually the odors and everything else was starting to permeate into the living space, and they got to the point where they couldn't handle it anymore. So the military actually called in another company to try to resolve the problem, and when they did the cleanup, and a consultant came in, the consultant did air sampling and was not happy with the results. There was a protein from the bat guano that showed up in his air testing, and that was not satisfactory for him to give clearance.
Okay.
So he had recommended my company. He had actually called me and asked me if I had any suggestions, and I said, well, we are doing some work right now with a company called Goldmorr, and I'm pretty sure that we probably could help you in this situation. So I called Randy up and told him what the situation that we had, and Randy checked in with the founders of Goldmorr, and they absolutely gave us the green light to treat the house for what was needed to be done. And so the consultant had previously told the other contractor to give him an estimate to clean the entire house, all the horizontal and vertical surfaces, wash all the linens, all the clothes.
So top to bottom, full cleaning.
That's correct.
Including contents.
Including contents.
Okay.
Everything, horizontal and vertical surfaces throughout the home.
Okay.
So the pricing that they came up with was like $85,000 or $95,000 to clean this house, and so I didn't find that out until later. But the bottom line is that when the consultant came to me and asked me for advice, I told them I think we could help. They invited me down to the general's house. We took a look at it, and we put together a price of about just under $14,000.
Okay.
To do what we thought needed to be done using the Goldmorr system.
Right.
Of using the 6,000 Goldmorr 6,000 to do hard surfaces that had a lot of bat guano on in them, and then to fog the entire house. And we told the consultant we're not going to use any critical barriers. We wanted the fogging to go into the HVAC ductwork, and we weren't going to contain anything. We wanted the fogging to go everywhere so that we wouldn't have to wipe down all the horizontal and vertical surfaces. And so we set up a weekend where the general and his family left for the weekend. We moved in, treated the entire house, and then we checked it out with our particle detector, and that was all clear. And then the consultant came in and did his testing, sent it away to a laboratory, and there wasn't any more of that protein from the bat guano.
Interesting. So just literally wiping some of the surfaces down with the 6,000 stain remover.
Yes.
Plus fogging the entire house, and you had no evidence, no detection of bat guano.
That's correct.
And your consultant came in afterwards and validated that for you.
Yeah. Between our particle testing and then his specific testing for the bat guano, they gave us the all clearance for the colonel, the general, and his wife to move back in, and they lived happily ever after.
Wonderful.
We haven't heard anything from them. They're very happy with certainly our work.
Well, and it's great to hear success stories like that. So I'm sure you heard about the $85,000 or $95,000 bid from the competitor after you did the work.
After we did the work.
At
yes.
$14,000. But did you still make good money on that project?
We did great.
You did great.
Yes.
Excellent, because it didn't take near as long time.
That's correct. I mean, we basically, we did, it was more or less a day of,
Okay.
of us going through everything and fogging everything the way it needed to be fogged.
Excellent.
And so, it was a day's worth of work, and we did just under $14,000. So I was very, very pleased.
Not a bad day at the office.
You got it. My boss
Perfect.
was very happy too.
Well, and I was happy to receive the phone call when I landed. I forget where I was, but I remember talking to you on the phone about that, and it was a great success story to hear. So I'm glad we could capture that and share that with our audience.
Right on.
Thank you very much, Ken. I appreciate your time.
My pleasure.
All right.